Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to be posting or making my first video, and today we'll be making a tube skirt. The measurements we'll be needing is the waist measurement, the hip measurement, the length of our skirt. So those are the three basic measurements we'll be needing. And now, first proceed. I'll take the measurement of the skirt length, but before that I have to mark out a joining allowance of ½ inches from the top. So this is going to be the length of our skirt, while this is our width. So I'll mark out a ½ inches for joining at the top, which I've already ruled out here. So these are ½ inches for joining. I had to add this because a lot of people do not remember to add that when drafting, so I had to include it in this, so you have that at the back of your mind, because you're definitely either going to hem this or add a band to the waist. So whatever measurement you'll be taking again, we'll have to start from this ½ inch. So the length of our skirt is 17.5 inches, which is already marked out, and we'll be adding another 1.5 inches for hemming, which now takes up the remaining space here. So we have our length. So the next thing we'll do is to take our waist measurement. So for this particular skirt, the waist measurement is 34. So we'll be dividing 34 by 4. So quarter of 34 is 8.5 inches. And we'll be adding 1 inches, that's allowance. So 34 divided by 4 is 8.5, plus 1 inches, that's allowance, that's 9.5. And if we'll be adding a joining our allowance as well, ½ inches for joining the back and the front panel together, so that'll be 10 inches. So 8.5, which is quarter of our waist, plus 1 inch, that's allowance, plus another ½ inch joining allowance, in total is 10 inches. So we'll mark out our 10 inches because this is our waistline. Then we'll come here and take our hip line. So when taking your measurement, you can always take the measurement of your customer or whoever you're making your clothes for. You take the person's hip length, which is from the waist to the hip line. So for this cloth, it's 8 inches. So we'll mark a 8 inches point. Also come here and do the same. So we'll have a straight line. Connect the lines. So this is our hip line, and for our hip, the hip circumference is 42 inches. So 42 divided by 4 is 10.5, and we'll add ½ inches joining allowance. So 42 divided by 4 is 10.5, plus another ½ inches, that's 11. So we'll not be adding our data allowance here because that length doesn't get up to the hip. At that length, it's usually about 5 inches. So these are hip. And because it's a tube skirt, you either take the same, because it's not, if you take skirt, it's just takes the same length with the same width as your hip. It's just a free skirt at the bottom. So you come down here and take the same measurement, or if you don't want it to look overly flayed out, you can just subtract a half. Sorry, these are, so it's either you're marking at the 11 inches or 10.5. So it's not penciled, it's just like a straight line skirt here. And this is our hem. You come down here and mark the same thing. So for the purpose of this skirt, I'll be taking the 10.5, which means I'll be subtracting half inches. So that's done. All we need to do now is to connect our lines. And you see a skirt. It's fun. So in order to get rid of this a bit sharpness here, all you need to do is go up by half an inch. Oh boy, because it's not so sharp, just go up by half an inch and come down again from the hip line by half an inch and just kind of blend it out, forming like a curve. So we'll get rid of that sharpness there, and this is our skirt. Boom. And for this particular block, you can make use of this for the back. So, and that's why I've left a 1 inch allowance here. So this for the zip allowance. So if you were to transfer this to your fabric, all you need to do is to trim this out. So all you need to do is trim this out, and when placing it on your fabric, just hold this down with sellotape so it doesn't flip up. So all you need to do is to fold this in. So all you need to do is to lift this, place it on your fabric and trim it out, and you get your front panel. So this, without this allowance here, this is your front. And when you're done tracing this out, all you need to do to get your back is to this and trim it out for your back. The only difference is going to be, yes, they should zip allowance, and you go up, because this is your back, you go up by half an inch on this line. Just go up by half an inch and slant it back to your side. That's because here the back side needs a bit more room. Don't forget that we had a 1 inch dart allowance, so all we need to do is to take our measurement, divide the waist measurement into 2, the actual waist measurement. If you can remember, our actual waist measurement was 8.5 plus our dart allowance, which is 9.5. So we would not be including our half inches, which is the joining allowance, because if you include the half inches, that means that will be shifting from the midpoint to towards the hip line or towards the hip side. So we will not be including the half inches joining allowance. So all we need is the actual waist measurement, which is 8.5 plus the 1 inches dart allowance. So in total is 9.5. So we'll have to look for the middle of 9.5. So 9.5 divided by 2, it's going to give us 4/3, which is here, because 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, and the half divided by 2 is going to give us 1/4. So 4/3. So that's and all we need to do is come down by 5 inches, which is here. So we already know it's 4/3 from the joining, so that is it. So this where it stops. So all we need to do is to connect this. Draw a straight line. So since that allowance was 1 inches, so we're taking half on each side. Don't know if you can see clearly. So we're taking half from that middle point on each side. So half plus half is the 1 inches. So we connect it, giving it a V shape. So is our that. This is our tube skirt. Thank you guys for watching, and see you again in our next class, in our next tutorial, which will be on pencil skirt.